Clearly, the injury to Jason Verrett is devastating. I mean, he's such a good player. When he's healthy, he is a Pro Bowl level cornerback. And not only is devastating for the player, but also affects incredible to this defense. The Jason Verrett, there's no doubt that triggered a domino effect. Now, remember, at the beginning of the season, the starting quarterbacks for the 49ers, they were Moody Ward and Emmanuel Mosley. Emmanuel Mosley goes down with a knee injury, um, torn ACL. It's been one of the most failed injuries in the defense side of the ball. There is no doubt. Most likely, the 49ers that were banking on Jason Verrett to come back late in the season, make that push, and be the companion to Moody Warren. But again, you are banking on two players that in many seasons they've been injured for many games. And here's how this triggers the domino effect. Now you have a player like Dimo Lenoir playing outside. You are kicking in Jimmy Ward to the nickel or slot position, playing inside, which clearly is not his best position. And he openly said that it's not his favorite position to play. He will do what the coaches said, but again, imagine to you to be a player that you prove already yourself that you are a very good safety, that you are playing in a high level and in the safety position. Then, I mean, obviously you get injured and they move you to another position. It must be very hard for Jimmy Ward. Like I said, already proven that he's one of the best safeties in the league. Here comes the other domino effect. Now you have Dimo Lenoir, that is the first part. Jimmy Ward, the second part that goes into the nickel inside spot. But this goes to the front office for the 49ers. In the offseason, they signed Moody Ward, which was a very good signing at the moment. We needed another corner to come and be that number one corner. We knew that we had Emmanuel Mosley, Ambry Thomas, Dimo Lenoir. We get Samuel Womack in the draft, but none of those players still were proven players. Even Ambry Thomas, it had a regression last season at the end of the season. Why you were banking on these players that they are injury prone. Now comes the NFL trade deadline and you didn't acquire another cornerback. This comes the other domino effect. Let's say that you go out there and you trade for another cornerback. Somebody needs to go out from the roster. You have certain number of players dedicated for every position. Who will be the man out on the cornerback position if you trade or sign another corner? And for me, it's very clearly it needs to be Ambry Thomas. I think Dimo Lenoir is better than Ambry Thomas. I think Womack has more potential than Ambry Thomas. But if you cut or waive Ambry Thomas, for sure another team it will take a fly on him and it will claim him, and again you will lose another third round pick, like what happened to Sermon. So probably the front office didn't want to risk to lose another third round pick, and suddenly the critics they will come harder and harder after the front office. Why you are picking these players in the third round pick and they are not panning out? You are cutting them or waiving them, and other teams they are having it for free. So another domino effect goes. Jason Verrett goes down with Achilles injury, and now you are left with uh, corner that has, I mean, very few experience in Demo Lenoir. Nonetheless, he has the potential, but he's more suitable to play inside, not outside. Then you are moving Jimmy Ward inside in the nickel position, which is not one of his best positions. You didn't trade, you didn't sign another cornerback, I mean, understandable, the fear to losing another player due to the waivers or another team to claim that the player that you caught or you waived. So, again, the selection of Amber Thomas in the third round, I think that it was a reach. I think that the 49ers, they had to bring more cornerbacks, not banking on the return of Jason Verrett or the healthy Emmanuel Mosley. This is directly on the front office. In this second part of the season, you are going against teams that they have elite wide receivers. Fortunately for this game against against the Chargers, sorry, they don't have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, which it will make a completely different game. Having your starting wide receivers, which by the way they're very good, it will change the complexion of the game. And not having another cornerback capable of play a high level is going to hurt your defense because now you need to plan and you need to provide protection to that corner, meaning that you will occupy another player in the secondary to help the cornerback. So now you're not only playing against the odds that a wide receiver will burn your cornerback, but also you're going to hurt other aspects of the defense, probably in the running game or in the short passes. So it has many implications that the 49ers, they didn't sign or trade for another cornerback as soon as they saw that Emmanuel Mosley went down. That is absolutely the reality. So it's not only the injury to Jason Verrett, but this has more implications. Like I said, this is like a domino effect, the injury to Jason Verrett. Let me know what you think. Let me know which other player would you love to see in the 49ers uniform as a corner opposite to Mooney Ward. Don't forget to subscribe and like always, see you in the next one.